Okay, sound check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Greetings, everyone. As per requested from my friend Stacy, I said I'd do a demo on making the Rejuvelac. It's a probiotic drink from Cabbage. Traditionally, it was made from wheat berries. I learned about it at Ann Wigmore, Hippocrates Institute. And they have since gotten away from using the wheat berries because of a lot of allergens. But you can do other seeds. We did amaranth and a few other different things. I just kind of like the cabbage. I usually make it for my mom and my sisters and people that have had stuff where they're had antibiotics. So either this is a small one, so half of a small one should make you 2 batches, or usually the average size, and you can get the green. I mean, you can get the green or the red. I like the really green Savoy cabbage, but I haven't seen that, and I'm abroad, and I haven't seen that anywhere here, and it's probably not that popular. And also, when you're buying a cabbage, if it's got a lot of the green outside that sometimes people peel away when they're cooking it, keep that. That's actually really good. It's got more chlorophyll in it. And, for this purpose, it's a great idea. So I chop it up, fill it up in the blender. Get all of this here. So it's relatively simple. I use distilled water, so that's my water when I'm making a tea or dishes or adding to stuff. But actually, a lot of times I use the Rejuvelac when I'm adding to smoothies. So I'm going to fill it up with some water, and this is enough to make a gallon. The blender doesn't hold a gallon, but I'll fill the rest with water after I get in there. And this is really simple and easy. It takes 3 to 4 days, depending on the climate and temperature. I'm actually setting mine outside where I'm at. So 3 days is good. I think the other batch I made, it's been 3.5 days. I'll show you that afterwards. But you could just blend it on a lower speed. We're just really getting it into small pieces. We're not like making a smoothie or a dessert or anything like that. Just to get the chunks down. So it's a pretty simple process. So I'm looking, it looks like everything, all the big pieces have broken down. Voila. And then we'll take that. If you got a glass, that's great too. I don't. I make do with what I got in my travels. And put that in there. Get as much as I can out of it. So since I'm going to fill up the container to almost a gallon, I'll move this out the way. I'll go ahead and fill this up some more and get the extra out of there. And getting it off the sides and all of that stuff. See if we're going to be able to make enough here. I think we will. Yep. Go a little bit higher. Got a couple of big pieces, but they're fine in there. And I'm going to pour a little bit more water in here. And like I said, on top of the refrigerator is really good. And that goes good, and that goes good. And then I just cover it with my sprout bag. So this way I could have this. I'm going to bring it outside when I'm finished. But for now I'm going to just sit it. Actually, I'm going to sit it outside really quick. No, we can do that later. I'll sit it over here. And this will go back in the refrigerator. And when that batch is ready, when that's done, like now I just happen to be drinking it because I want to. It just feels right for me at the moment. So by the time I finish that batch actually drinking it, it's time for the next batch. So I kind of been doing a little rotation for myself. So I have this batch that I made that's actually ready. So actually, technically, I don't have to open this up. I can use the same one, and then when I'm finished, put it on top of here. So I'm just going to take the same sprout bag that I got and use it. And get a couple of nice containers to fill up. And filter through. So I'm just going to take this here. For as much as we can fit in there. And then I'm going to strain that. Now, people that eat sauerkraut and stuff like that, that's what you can use this that's left over. You can make sauerkraut. I really don't. I actually had some last week just because I hadn't had some in years and just curious, but it didn't do so well. My body's not really accustomed to that or looking for that at this time. So, got that batch there. And that's nice and dried out. And I'm gonna take this and put it here. Now this stuff, I did some other demos and stuff like that. This stuff here is wonderful to just put back in the soil. So that's our first batch. Use this here to get what I have left. And let me grab this over here. Okay. So that's all that's left in there. I'll get the rest out because I'm going to use this container anyway. So this is a really quick process. It just takes 3 to 4 days. The 4th day is a little more tartar, but I guess more medicinal. But now, you know, a lot of these things like we would normally get just from eating stuff out in the wild, like, you know, picking some leaves off the tree or some fruit, and then that would give that healthy bacteria and all of that stuff that's great for our body. So squeeze the rest of this out. This is better than milking a cow for me. And like I said, I haven't done this in a while, but I don't know. Last week, I just had a desire for it, so I decided to make it. No, actually, not even last week. About 2 weeks ago, while I was still in Mexico. So I made the batch. I'll clean that out afterwards, but I'm just gonna pour it in here. Show you how much you have left after it's all done. Which is pretty close to a whole gallon. So between this one here and what we got left from the blender, yeah, that's probably 3/4 of a gallon. So I'm going to get the top for it, and this is good for at least a couple of weeks in a container. You can buy them in the stores now too. There's I'll put that in a minute. There's a product called Gut Shot, which is the same thing, but you know, if you don't want to make it, but you got, you know, of course you got to pay to support them to make that, because it's about $6 for 16 ounces, and that's like 5 shots. You know, as opposed to you can get a good sized cabbage for less than $5 and make. If you get a big size one, make like three batches of a gallon each, and you know, that's good for a couple of weeks. But you know, we do have the convenience in some areas, well, at least in the U.S., for those that want to go that route. So that concludes my Rejuvelac demo. I don't think you'll need me to film the cleanup, but thank you, and thank you, Stacy, for asking me to do it. I hadn't done one in a while, and hope it's informative and all of that stuff. And remember, it's like 3 days, 3 to 4 days. I like go 3.5, and sometimes when I would make it, if I'm going to be, like, let's say it's 2 days, but I'm going away for a day or two, and I'll just put it in the refrigerator, and then when I come back, stick it back out and let it go ahead then too. So you have a great day. Peace.